Okay, so we are Chime, and I want to tell you just a quick little story about a couple months ago, a product that we came up with at the hackathon. We were sitting in a bar the night before, trying to come up with something that used our skills and our passions. Mine for laser cutting, for 3D printing, my background in architecture and product design, and my partner's who's a roboticist, and both our love for music. We made something that was a device that made music from the world around it, from humidity, temperature, pressure, environmental data. But quickly we found that after we won the hackathon and talked to customers, they didn't want something that passively let them just make music. They wanted to create beautiful experiences and actually make music from motion, doing that themselves. So this right here is the Chime, and this is basically a device that is making music from motion. So there's a button on it, and I can cycle through a series of different sounds. And basically, this allows me to make music without ever having to learn an instrument. It's not just stringing together a series of pre-made sounds, it's actually composing on the fly. So we're having a little bit of a lag, but right now this is streaming wirelessly to that computer over there. We've got a few different ones that I'll show you guys in a little bit. We've got 3D printed versions and laser cut versions. So what is the Chime? It's a totally new way of making music. It's an educational tool. It's a music device. It's a smart instrument. It's a child's toy. But we've also used this for therapeutic devices. We've used this with autistic children to reconnect them to the world around them in a creative way. We've actually used this with the elderly with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's to use their uncontrolled movements to create constructive, creative output. How's it work? Basically, we've got this hardware device that has an Arduino, an accelerometer, and a gyro. It streams this music, or the data, from your motion and orientation to the computer, which then processes that motion data into music. We've got a team member that is both a music producer and a programmer, and he's made it to where every time that you move the device, it makes beautiful music, time after time. We've also got it to where you can cycle through instruments and add in your own at any time, so you can kind of hack it yourself. We see ourselves on the shelves of Best Buy, Guitar Center as a new instrument, or Toys R Us as a child's toy. The team is myself, an architect, designer, product designer, Juan Rios, who's the roboticist engineer, Mark Salters, who specializes in programming and music producing, and Bowen Zhang is taking up our gesture recognition, where we can actually further the artificial intelligence that's involved in the system. Today we're seeking investment, we're seeking advice, we're seeking sales connections to further along our track, and we're Chime, and we can't wait to have you making music through motion. Hear the world. Thanks.